Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, May 8th. It is 6:24 right now. We have market opening up in about 6 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update, and we should be good to go. Looks good. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Sent out. So as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Went down to the 8 hour. $30-minute, 10-minute, back down to the 1 minute here. All right, looks good. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, May 8th. It is 6:28 right now. We have market opening up in about 2 minutes. Looks like the breakout for today is going to be a sell if anybody's looking to take that. Let's see what's here so far. Morning, Sam. Morning, Steven. Morning, Karen. Morning, Ben. Morning, Nikki. Morning, everybody. All right, guys, looks like market's about to open up shortly. This level of liquidity got knocked out, so I'm gonna take that off. Yeah, hopefully the market today is a little more directional than it was for the past, week or so, week or 2 weeks. We've been in this choppy market all week, and it's been tough because, well, not really choppy, but an arranging market because there's not really much direction. The strategies we're applying are directional entries, so it's kind of tough when price gets stuck in the range, and then it ends up, reversing as it gets close to our TP. So we got to play by ear. We're gonna have to obviously adapt to these types of market conditions. It's not always going to be like this. It's not always going to be super easy to trade, but we're going to try to take advantage if the market does start to move directional again. So, all right, we got market opening up here in about 30 seconds. Again, direction for the breakout today looks like it's going to be a sell if anybody's looking to take that. and we'll see what happens here when market opens up. ATR is currently at 11, so it looks like it's gonna be kind of slow like it was yesterday. We had pre-market news here at 5:30, and we have some more low impact news events here at 7 and 7:30. So the 5:30 news was right here. Then we got opening price. There. And we got, look what we got hit right there. And we got some low impact news events here at 7 and 7:30. So it looks like we're in a bit of a range again. I mean, this is pretty much the same thing we've noticed every day this week. It's market opens up, establishes a range, kind of sits there for a little bit. And we'll see what happens here as price moves along. As it creates a range, I'll mark up the range, but right now I'll just leave it as is. We got liquidity here that got knocked out. It's creating a huge gap right there, basically. Yeah, there's a gap right there now, so. Keep following. Sam said Trump is speaking in 30 minutes. I believe so. Let me check real quick. Any updates from CNBC? Okay, so this might have caused that big spike to the upside right now. It says Trump says US has struck a comprehensive deal with the UK. So tariff deal right here with the UK. They're going to start cutting deals as we get closer to that 90-day mark where the tariffs are supposed to go back into action. So we'll kind of follow the news here. I think Trump has possibly maybe already spoken or he's going to be speaking soon. Check financial juice. Yeah, US UK trade pact will leave a 10% tariff in place. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see any updates of like when Trump is speaking. Sam, where'd you see that Trump is speaking in 30 minutes? Oh, the press conference. Okay, I guess that's what you meant, right? The US UK trade deal press conference. So yeah, it's gonna be right here on okay. They use this picture here. Okay, yeah, so Trump's supposed to speak in about 30 minutes, guys. I'll leave this up. I'll come back and take a look at that a little later. But yeah, you can expect that to cause a lot of volatility in the market. Initially, we have this big spike in volatility here on open, but this is typically what's been happening for the past couple of days. We've been getting a lot of, just back and forth for the most part. So this is exactly what happened yesterday. It's exactly what happened the day before, Tuesday and on Monday. Initially, we have these two big candles here on open. It establishes some sort of range here. And then from there, it starts to range back and forth. So we already have the range here. I mean, for the most part, it looks like it's been established. So price is pretty much respecting the areas of liquidity right here. Price pretty much came down, grabbed liquidity, shot back up, grabbed liquidity up there, and then it's going sideways. So the liquidity right here that, I mean, the range is pretty much just going back and forth between this area of liquidity. With opening price down here. So if price does come back down, first target that we're going to look for is for price to come back down and retest that liquidity down below. Otherwise, we're going to look for price to push up a little bit higher. But there's just nothing going on right here. If you're looking for an MPSV2, you're going to look for a green candle to break and close above this momentum right here. We'll see if that happens. just gonna be a matter of time. We have an engulfing candle right here. The only thing with this here is that the candle is going to be pretty big if it closes above. So let's see. No MPS V2 there yet. The ATR is currently at 30. So again, if we have a price break and close past, I mean, you can't really see the black line here. Basically above this this range right here, this will be setting up for an MPS V2. Sam said, will ideally look for buy, but Trump may mess everything if price has high ATR or spikes. Let's see, any game plan, Sean? Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting price to be bullish if, you know, in a basically around 7 when Trump speaks. The only problem here is that I'm expecting price to range until then. So it's gonna be really tricky to take buys, you know, before Trump speaks. We're probably gonna see some increased volatility, probably, like you said, some big spikes in price. You know, people are going to react to whatever he has to say. He's kind of hinted already what he's going to say. He said it here on CNBC that they have struck a comprehensive deal with UK. So, I mean, this means that it's going to be good, right? It's not if it wasn't good, he's not going to be giving any hints. So obviously they did reach some sort of deal. And the Dow's currently so all this bullish movement here is like the pre-news. So like before Trump speaks, this is what people are already expecting. They're expecting price to push up. It kind of depends what the actual terms of the deal are, though. So people here are predicting that the news is going to be good, which is what we predict. And if Trump says something that's not exactly what people are expecting, then it'll probably come spiking down, right? So that's like where it's going to be kind of tricky because you're going to get a lot of you're going to get a lot of pre-conference movement, which is going to be to the upside. And then once Trump actually speaks, you know, we might get that fake out back down. So we might get this slow climb up. Then around 7 o'clock, Trump might say, oh, we have a deal, but the tariffs are still going to be in play. And it's going to come down super sharp. I'm going to step away for 1 second, guys. Right, so I'm back. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, you know, when Trump speaks later, everybody's expecting the news to be positive, right? So we might get, I mean, it's going to be kind of tricky because if everybody thinks price is going to be bullish, we might get a drop first to basically wipe out the people who are buying early and then possibly shift back up, or we might get a range from now until then, and then closer to 7 o'clock, we'll get that bullish push, and then Trump says something that's unfavorable, it comes back down into the range. So like basically what I see right here, guys, is I think we're going to be in this bigger range, but we're going to have more volatility today based off the tariff news at 7 o'clock. Again, Trump's going to speak at 7 o'clock. Once he speaks, we will kind of take a look. I'm trying to get this smaller. I want it so big. There we go. right, yeah, so we'll come back and take a look at that a little later. And obviously, there's gonna be breaking news when that happens. Keep an eye on financial juice here. Yeah, we'll take a look at that as it continues to move along. There's nothing to take here yet. There's no longer a buy for MPSV2. It's now going to be a sell. We currently have a sell signal here, price push down, retracement. If price does push back down below here, then there'll be possible entry for MPSV2. Within this area. This is going to be a little bit of a tricky entry because we're right at opening price and we're within the range that I marked up here. So, I mean, if I take off the range, you can see here that price is pretty much respecting the liquidity zones that I marked up earlier. So the two zones right here, price is still respecting both. I don't think it's really going to be very directional. So Trump speaks. So it's 6:40 right now. Trump's supposed to speak at 7 o'clock. So in about 20 minutes, Trump is going to have his press conference regarding the US-UK trade tariff trade deal, or whatever they agreed on. So I think this is probably going to go back and forth for a bit. There's no sell entry right here, guys. There's another pending buy signal there. So for both of the previous signals right here, we had a buy signal. There's no MPSV2. Same with the previous one right here. We had a sell signal, no MPSV2. This one right here, no setup. So for the past three signals right here, there's no setup for MPSV2 yet. So you just got to be patient, guys. Wait for that entry to come up and appear. Hasn't came up yet, so it's just a matter of time until it does. Cern said, interesting. New York Open is the same as London Open. That is interesting, huh? Yeah, it doesn't happen too often. Yeah, literally on the same exact price. So it looks like London opened up, it came back to open, and then New York opened at the same exact price as well. Yeah, on this area. All right, there's nothing going on here, guys. As you guys can see, price is pretty much just ranging between these two zones that I drew up right here. Not the best market, not the typical market that we want to trade in. For us, typically, we want to be trading in a market that's going directional, right? Something like this. Or if it's going down, something like this. We don't typically want to trade in a market that's going sideways like this because you can easily get stopped out in either direction. Right? This is considered a ranging consolidating market. This is probably one of the worst markets to trade in because you can get stopped out on either direction, whether you're taking a buy or a sell. So just got to be patient and wait for this here to set up. I mean, the market's going to start moving directional, probably like once Trump starts speaking, but right now there's just nothing to work with. Yeah, what's your question, Steven? Steven Sachon, have a question. See, Sam said UK on knees must be good for US. UK also signed FTA with India, where Indians do not have to pay national insurance for the first 3 years in UK. Well, that's interesting. That's going to help in the background too. Steven said candle momentum line was lined up, all pivots, but gold still went up 100 pips. When was your entry, Steven? I mean, I guess I could take a look real quick. Yeah, I don't think you're doing anything right, Steven, with the entries, because I've been looking at your setups and your markups, and none of them are making sense at all. So if you look over here on gold, it's been pretty bullish. Yeah, what time was your entry, Steven? So I can look at it, because everything you showed me everything doesn't make sense. Like yesterday, you took a trade, and I said not to take a sell, and then you ended up taking a sell. And then I said, I didn't say to take a buy, but you still took a buy. So you took a buy and a sell at the same time. And then you were like wondering why it wasn't working. So, and I don't think you're understanding the ATR either. Like the ATR yesterday, you said ATR was at 100 and ATR was at like 130. So it was like way past it. You're on the wrong time frame. So, I mean, we have some downtime here, guys. So I guess I can kind of answer Steven's question while we wait. There's not really too much going on here. Price is going sideways. But yes, Steven, if you want to send me the timestamp, I can pull it up and I can just kind of tell you what you did wrong because it doesn't seem like you're doing anything right when it comes down to actually following some sort of trading plan or strategy. 4:30 a.m. So that's 1:30 my time, right? Because you're on Eastern. Yeah, and what time frame, Steven? I'll pull it up real quick. Just give me all the information. I'll pull it up. It'll be super quick for me to pull up and see what you did there. Okay, 7:30 Eastern, so that is 4:30 Pacific. Yeah, what time frame? And I'll pull it up real quick, Steven. All right, so this is an MPS V2 that's currently running right now, guys. We had a sell signal, retracement, continuation to the downside. The ATR is currently at 25, so this is what it would look like. I mean, it's not one that I would personally take. Like I said, I don't like trading within the range right here. I mean, if you guys want to take it, feel free. I probably wouldn't even go for 25, 25. I'd probably still keep it at like about 30, 30. Yeah, so we have an MPS V2. Let me take a look at the confluences real quick. So 1 minute time frame over here, we have rejection off the top end, which is right there. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, we do have a rejection right here off the point of control as well. Here we are on the 1 hour. We have rejection right here off the point of control. Looking at the volume profile, we have rejection right here off the point of control. Clean chart. We have rejection up here off the 41,450. Support resistance, we have rejection right here off the resistance. So there's a lot of confluences here for a sell. It looks like it hit TP right there. Not sure if anybody took that. It was right at the red flag. So I think this here would be a bit of a tricky entry for me. There was confluences there and the setup did come up right there. So we had a sell signal, retracement, red candle right here came down and then pushed through. It was right there at the sessions though. So not exactly the safe entry that I would be looking to take. Now that price is below here, I mean, I could kind of possibly look for entries down below. If price stays down here, the only problem is that we have Trump speaking in about 13 minutes. So we got Trump speaking about the UK deal, and that's probably going to push price up. So what might happen here, and this is what I talked about earlier, I said we might get either, so there's three things that will possibly happen before Trump speaks. It'll either slowly climb down, Trump speaks and it pushes the price back into the range. It pushes up, which didn't happen, comes back down, or it'll just range within this area until Trump speaks. And then from there, we'll have a reaction to what Trump says, and it'll likely push price to the upside. Yeah, exactly. Shivam said he will definitely hype it up, saying more to come. Yeah, and I agree. So I think price will probably push up higher. Looks good. So there goes one entry right there for MPS V2. Not one that I took or one that I plan on taking. It was just it was at a red flag. Yeah, so we got price right here now at the sessions. It's considered a red flag area over here. We got price coming down a little further. Here, I'll just check that entry you were talking about real quick, Steven. So you said 30-minute time frame. You entered at 4:30 my time. So here's where you went wrong again, Steven. You went completely against the trend. Like, why would you take a buy here when price is below the pivots? This is what I'm talking about, Steven. Like, you don't understand what you're doing when you're taking these entries. Like, you take a buy here, but I said if price is below the pivots, um, okay, well, you didn't take it, but you're still not understanding. Like, we had like a whole 2 hour session on this, Steven, about me explaining to you like how to take a trade, when to take a trade, when not to take a trade, and you keep taking the trades that you're not supposed to take. So I mean, just the fact that you said that this was a good entry was like a huge slap in the face, right? It's like I wasted 2 hours to kind of explain to you why not to take these trades, and like you still take these trades here. Um, so I mean, first thing is first, Steven, price is below the pivots, right? Why would you take a buy here? Um, I think you got to go back and rewatch that mentoring session, Stephen. Watch it like 100 times, or as many times as you need. Because yesterday you did the same thing, and you were like, "Oh, I don't know, I took this trade," and then you took an opposite trade, and I don't feel like you're just not understanding it. I think what you should do, and this isn't to like to tell you, I think you should set up a copier and literally take the opposite trades. Whatever you think, if you say, oh, Steven thinks this should be a buy, you should just take the trade and take the opposite sell. Like set a copier that takes the opposite trade because you're really good at calling bad trades, and that's a skill. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a skill because you're good at basically looking at you know how to identify trades that are going to lose. So I think what you should do is set up your copier to where you're trading on a demo account, but your copier is literally doing the complete opposite. So if you think if you think that anything is going to be a buy, just set your copier to take a sell. So take a buy on your demo account and then have whatever your real account take a sell. And I almost guarantee you're going to win, Steven. I could almost guarantee this. I'll put money on your copier if you're going to do that. Because bro, I've known you for how many years, and you're like the best person to like call losing trades. It's like, oh man, Steven, I don't know, bro. I've been trading with you for like what, like 4 years, and you're really good at calling the losing trades. And I think I told you to do this like almost 4 years ago. I think if you did this 4 years ago when you first started like asking me questions, I think you'd be winning so much by now. But yeah, it's all good, Steven. I mean, I'm not making fun of you. I'm being serious. I've known you for a long time, and initially I thought you were kind of messing with me and you'd ask me these questions, but you're serious. So it's all good, Steven. But I think you should do that. I really think you should do that. Set up a copier, and then whatever you kind of think the entry is going to be, set it to do the opposite. I'm really curious to see how you do, because I think you're going to do really well doing that. All right, anyways, guys, there's no entries here right now. We got a sell signal that's still currently active. Price is still dumping a little lower. I think what's happening here is price is going to drop a little bit until Trump speaks. So I think here this is all like pre-news or pre whatever Trump manipulation because price is coming down. And then when Trump comes up and speaks over here at 7 o'clock, it's gonna be a press conference right here. He's going to he's basically gonna say stuff that's good for the economy. Like there's no way he's gonna say anything bad because you guys already know how Trump is. He's gonna say something that's good. He's gonna say they cut a deal, and there's more deals to come and stuff like that. And then price will climb up from here, possibly back into the range. So I mean, depending on how far price comes down, I'm probably expecting about 100 point move. So right here, when price comes down at this point, I think it'll push back up to here. But we just gotta wait and see. It's 6:54 right now. Trump's gonna speak in about 6 minutes. That's how Lanji said. Shot almost never gets this annoyed. Yeah, positive out of a negative. Ross said, I would like to hear Steven's reason for taking a trade. Yeah, you should send us your just send your analysis one time, Steven. Like whenever you have an like an entry that you plan on taking, like send your full analysis. Your mind's gonna be blown. Like when you take the sell yesterday, Steven, I was like, this is the worst time to take a sell. And then the next thing you did was send me a screenshot of you taking a buy. And I didn't tell you to take a buy. And I was like, why are you in a buy? And then you had on your screenshot, you had two positions running at the same time, one for a sell and one for a buy, kind of praying that, and then both of them hit stop loss. I was like, man, Steven, can't believe you did that. Yeah, Christian said it's a matter of mindset. I believe he has a FOMO problem. We've all been there. And yeah. All right, there's no entries right now, guys. Steven said the 15-minute was a sell. No, because I sent you the screenshot. Where's the screenshot, Steven? Let me see where it's at. Yeah, so this is the entry you're in, right, Steven? Yeah, so Steven was like, I'm in a sell. I was like, bro, we're using 100 ATR. I pulled it up and it was like 120 ATR. And then and I said it's the worst place to sell. The next thing you're in like buys and sells at the same time. And I was like, bro, what are you doing? You should never be in two positions at one time. I mean, so like I said, Steven, when you take these entries here, like show me, because there's no ATR that was 100, right? I took a screenshot here for that same one. Gold at 15. The ATR, this doesn't mean 100. Like when it's 125, this means it's 125, not 100. It has to be closer to 100. So like 90, 95, 100, 105, something like that. This is way above. So like the ATR is way too high. Um, I think yeah, in the future, like look at the pictures or look at the send me your analysis before you take anything. Because it seems like you're taking stuff like just kind of random trades and they obviously they don't end up hitting because there's no analysis behind it. You're just kind of entering a random entry. So I think the thing now, this is Ross said, do you understand there's two directions, either up or down? It simply can't move in either direction. Um, yeah, I mean, you have to choose a side, Steven. You can't take a buy and a sell and then kind of pray that price is going to go in your direction. Because what happened with you is like you ended up taking a trade for a sell. There was no sell there, and then the trade was still running, and you just ended up taking a buy as well. So you end up losing both sides. Steven, I don't even know what you're sending me, bro. You're sending me an ATR from a website. Why would you look at the ATR from a website when you could pull it up on the actual chart? You gotta all right guys, so let's see, we got Trump speaking soon. We have a buy signal here. Well, we'll talk about that a little later, Steven. Okay, I'm just gonna disregard all your messages for now because we're gonna focus on like the live session. But we have a buy signal here that's currently active. We have a push to the upside retracement right here, and then possible MPSV2 for a buy here, guys. We got price back into the range. The ATR is a little low right now. It's currently at 21. Let me go and change this back to 14. So it is at 23 ATR, 24 ATR. Um, all right, never mind. Take that back. So it looks like we're not going to get an entry here. I thought this was going to set up for an entry, but never mind. It looks like price is going to push up, retrace, and continue up higher. So looking at this here. So I was looking for a break and retest and continuation back up, but price is back below. If you guys want to take this as an MPSV2, I mean, there's still opportunity here for MPSV2. If a green candle closes above basically this area right here, this is going to be an MPSV2 for a buy. The only problem is that we have a bunch of red flags within this area right here now, right? So we've got red flags throughout this area here. All right, yeah. So if you guys are looking to take MPSV2, if it closes above this black line right here, this is a possible MPSV2 entry. There's just a bunch of red flags in this area, so it's obviously not one that I'm looking to take. The candle did not close above it, so we're still waiting for the next one. We got Trump speaking now. He's about to start speaking, I believe. All right, so he's about to start speaking right now, or he's supposed to. Go back and take a look at that in a few. Again, if you guys want to take this as an MPSV2, it's going to be right at a red flag. But if you guys want to take it, I'm marking it up for you guys right here. If this candle closes above it right there, this is a MPSV2 for a buy. There's a couple confluences here. Rejection off the value low. There's nothing here on the 30. Nothing here on the hour. There's rejection off the value low here on the volume profile. Nothing right here on the clean chart really. And we are price rejecting right here off the support level. So looking at this right here, this is the NPSV2 currently running for a buy. I mean, there's a bunch of red flags here, so not one that I was looking to take, but like I said, I'll mark it up for you guys to follow. I have it set to 30-30. You might want to go for 25-25 because the ATR is a little bit lower. So yeah, Daniel said touching sessions and opening price, I'll pass. Yeah, same here. It was touching the sessions right there, that green line, and the blue line right here, which is opening price. Looks like it's about to push up to TP. 25 points hit already. Tarek got in for 30-30, jumped in early, so it looks like you probably would have hit your TP by now, Tarek, or it's going to hit. There you go, should have hit by now. Full TP right there. So if you guys took that, nice work. If you guys didn't take it, it's okay. Like I said, there's a bunch of red flags here, so it's not one that I would necessarily look to get into. If you guys took any of the MPSV2s for today, they both hit. So the first one right here hit for full TP, 30 points. Second one right here hit full TP for 30 points as well. Like I said, it's just a tricky area to be trading because there's all these red flags around this point. The one thing that I would be kind of that I would have been inclined to take this entry with for a buy is because Trump is going to speak soon about the UK tariff deal, and we already know that that's going to be good news, right? So he hasn't spoken yet, but yeah, he's supposed to be speaking, pretty soon. Yeah, I'm supposed to be speaking right now in the Oval Office. All right. So this is a possible A++ setup that's going to be setting up right here. Again, it's just a little tricky because Trump's going to be speaking soon. If anybody's looking to take an A++ setup, there's kind of depends on how this candle closes. If it closes engulfing, then it's supposed to be an A++ setup. If it doesn't close engulfing or V1, then no. Nice. Adam caught it. Solange got it. Tarek got it. Nice work, guys. Yeah, Adam said he needed a win. Yes, same here. I mean, I'm itching for a win as well, but I'm still gonna be pretty cautious about my entries here. Just for me, specifically for my own psychology, right? I just need to stick to my trading plan. So looking at this right here, we don't have the A++ setup. That engulfing did not close. There's nothing there. Nice. Yeah, so Tarek's up by 1. Get 2 wins. Hopefully I can lock in like 2 wins this week, today and tomorrow, to basically recoup my trades. I'm technically at 1.5 loss, so I'm not like super deep, because I've been going for 30 points. My TP stop loss is set to a 40-point move with a 10 contract entry. So I'm actually, I lost a little less, but I mean nonetheless I still want to win 2 to break even and then make more profit on top of that. So yeah, Tarek said he's 2.5 trades for payout. Yeah, you're almost there, Tarek. So I'm glad you recouped that last one. It's just a little setback. This week's been kind of it's been kind of tricky because of the market conditions. I mean, even today, you guys can see here that market conditions are not very clean. We've been getting this ranging market, and it's been like this pretty much all week. See, here's the thing that like I hate when there's like a set time for when there's some sort of announcement happening, is that they take a long time. Well, like Trump at least doesn't take super long. If you guys remember when Biden was president, like this guy would show up like an hour late, or he wouldn't even show up sometimes. He'd have like a scheduled press conference, and then he'd show up like maybe an hour or 2 hours late, and then he would say like one thing and then leave. The thing with Trump is like he wants to be on camera, so probably just getting all his notes together and stuff, or what he's going to say. Or actually, I don't know. Knowing Trump, it doesn't seem like he really uses notes. Kind of seems like he speaks whatever's on top of his head. We'll keep coming back to here just to see what's going on. He's supposed to be speaking right now, though. What's up, Jason? Just saw you in the chat right now. All right, we got nothing here right now. We have a possible sell signal that's coming up. This is a pending sell signal. If the sell signal closes, there may be opportunities here for a sell MPS V2. I probably would stay away from sells today, guys, or at least until Trump speaks. I would be careful with the sells because I know what Trump is going to say is going to be positive no matter what. So if price does come down, it's going to be, I think it's going to be based off manipulation. I think price is just going to come down to basically balance price out a little bit. And when Trump speaks, it's going to spike it up to like 100 points. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a 100-point move reaction to his, or even more reaction to his tariff negotiations with UK. So I'd expect it to drop down a little bit and then possibly pull back into the range. So just gotta wait, guys. Just gotta wait, gotta be patient. Again, when you guys are taking entries, make sure that there's a reason behind it. You're not just taking some random buys or some random sells. It doesn't have to be my strategy, but at least have some sort of strategy in mind when you guys are taking entries here. Okay, pending sell signal right there. We'll see if it closes. No close there. So maybe on the next candle. Actually, last second push to the downside, and we do have the sell signal there close. So again, right here, we have price coming down a bit. So looking at this so far, price is coming down pretty sharply. I think this is all going to be pre-news manipulation before Trump speaks. So I'm marking up these levels of liquidity here so that you guys can kind of see where price is likely to, push and bounce from. So right there, price came down, grabbed liquidity. And then let's see if it's going to be ready to swing back up. $7.08. I think by 7:30, Trump should start speaking. Yeah, Shibam said probably wipe out the buyers. Yeah, exactly. So this is why I was saying like a lot of manipulation happens before Trump speaks because what they're doing right here is they're just ranging to wipe out people on both ends, right? If you're taking a buy, you can get wiped out. If you're taking a sell, you can get wiped out. Because the range here is, I mean, this thing's about a 100-point range. So unless you have a really, really big stop loss, you're going to get wiped out here no matter what, if you're on the wrong side. So we got price right here retesting the liquidity. I don't know what's up with the chat. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I've seen like I've been looking at this at the YouTube chat, and so they keep posting elbows up Canada. Like I've seen this like throughout the whole chat right here. Oh, it's probably the same guy, Remy. The thing is, it's like not even Taiwan can help. If you guys have ever been on these like YouTube chats, there's always like so many trolls here. Everyone says that short NQ, long Bitcoin, long gold. Like we used to look at these chats during COVID, and it was pretty intense because that was when prices kind of spiking around like super crazily. Right now, I'm just going to be waiting for Trump to speak, guys. There's going to be a possible MPSV2 here to come up. We have a sell signal. We'll look for that possible retracement, and then we'll look for, I guess, continuation back down. I personally would probably not take a sell here because I already know once Trump's speaking, when he starts speaking, it's gonna spike, and it's probably gonna spike to the upside. Yeah, Shivam Barron's probably got his trigger finger ready to make some good money. Already know his pop is gonna say, yeah. I think we all do. We all know Trump never says anything that's bad. If you guys have ever noticed that. He'll never say anything that's bad, but it's also unrealistic. Let me check CNBC if there's any breaking news before. Sometimes there's like early, dang, this thing's dumping further. That's what yours. Current trade environment has pushed risks higher overall. A lot of Canada news being released today. A lot of Bank of Canada news. Dang, this thing's starting to dump super heavy, guys. Again, like I said, I think this is, well, there's no entry for MPSV2 yet, but like I said, I think this is going to be pre-news or pre-Trump manipulation. And then I wouldn't be surprised if it comes all the way back up to fill whatever this drop has been. I'm still not speaking. Now, Sam said 41,269. Liquidity sweep may be good. Let's see, 269. Yeah, I can see that right here. And then on top of that, possibly push up from when Trump speaks as well. We have an engulfing right here. Engulfing candle. Let's check the confluences real quick. So we do have a confluence here on the 1 minute time frame. So here's a 1 minute market profile, rejection off the value low. 30-minute market profile, rejection off the value low right there as well. 1 hour time frame, there's no rejections on the bottom end. This is the volume profile, nothing on the bottom end. Clean chart, nothing there. And there's a rejection right here off the support resistance. So there's rejections right here. We have one confluence on the support resistance. We have one rejection right here off the 30-minute market profile, and then the 1 minute market profile as well. So we do have confluences there for a buy. There's just no opportunities here for a buy yet. Not quite. It's taking Trump so long to get on me. It's on live, right? Still not speaking. We have an MPS V2 right here setting up for a sell, guys. I would be very cautious about taking a sell here, though, if you guys are looking to take it. So I'll mark it up for you guys here, but I would be very cautious because, Trump could speak at any second now. Literally everybody here is saying long is everything. Long Bitcoin, long gold, long like literally everything. Um, so everyone thinks price is going to go up no matter what across the board. Again, right here is an MPS V2, but again, like I said, I wouldn't really, never mind, take that back. This here does not look like it's going to close red. So the candle's got to close red for it to be an MPS V2. All right, we might get a green buy signal here. So still nothing there. Looks like the sells might not come up after all. It looks like Trump's press conference was probably delayed. So if it didn't happen right now, it's going to happen like at 7:30, maybe like 30 minutes. Or if not later. Okay, so like Shabam said, yeah, been delayed at 3:30 your time. You're right, Sean. Yeah. So he was actually delayed. Let me see. Where did I don't even know where I got this link from. Let's see. Yeah. So I guess he's not speaking right now. It's all good. All right, we have a possible opportunity here for a MPS V2 for a buy. Look at that. Yeah, I don't think Trump's speaking right now. It's all good. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see if we get a retracement and continuation back to the upside. So buy signal, look for price to retrace, continuation up. I just don't want it to push too high because I don't want to get too close to the sessions up here. Okay, I'd like the push up, retracement, and then continuation up higher. Looking at the confluences, so we do have rejection right here off the support. We got rejection right here off the whole number, 41,300. We got rejection right here off the value low on the volume profile, rejection on the 1 hour, rejection on the 30, and rejection on the 1 minute. So the buys here do look pretty good if and when we do get it. So if this candle closes green here, this is going to be an MPS V2 for a buy. Be looking to get into it if it closes. Hoping it don't get stuck in this consolidation again. I mean, it looks like price here is trying to create a range down below. All right, so if this candle here closes green, this will be MPS V2 for a buy. Be watching it here to see if it closes. Looking to get into. Candle's closing in about 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Order.
So let's see, entry was. I have my TP set to still at 40-40, so I'll have to make my adjustments here.
Order filled.
It's gonna be at 67. $67, and the TP will be at 307. Is that right? I think so. Yeah. All right, got the trade running right there. Again, we have rejection right here off the point of control, or sorry, value low. Rejection right here also off the value low. Rejection right here off the value low. Rejection right here off the value low. Clean chart, we have rejection right here off the whole number, 41,300. And right here, we have rejection off the support level. We're currently at the resistance right here. I'm gonna look for price to possibly, break above it. Maybe a retest above higher. It's on its way to TP right there. And there you go, full TP, I'm out. There we go. We are back in the game, guys.
Target filled.
Target filled, full TP. Should have went for the full 40, but it's all good. All right, so like I said, guys, market was just kind of being weird last week. So unfortunately, or last 2 days. So it's just, we've had to deal with it. But yeah, back to right there, one win back. So watch that next one. That's a perfect entry. Pushed up perfect. Yeah, exactly. Shivam said that was a top tier entry, bro. Compared to the two previous trades, you can see the difference. Yeah, it was perfect. So there we go. Target fill, got in right there, got out right there. If you guys went for the full 40, I mean, solid. If you guys went for higher, thought that worked too. I went for the 30 because the session was right there. This was a perfect entry. There's no drawdown. Price literally entered and then went straight up. Hit within the first 2 minutes. So these are the types of entries that we're looking for, right? We're looking for the volatility. We're looking for direction. Same with this one over here. The first entry that Tarek took earlier this morning, that was a full TP with no drawdown either. Nice. Nick caught it. Solid work. Christian caught it. Steven got it. Ben got it. Jarrell got it. Siobhan, Kyle. Nice work, guys. Nikki as well. Perfect work, guys. Glenn too. Sam and Justin. Adam said, woke the building up with that one, right? Yeah. So like I said, guys, there's going to be days where the market is just not really moving too smoothly, and you just got to weather the storm. Like last 2 days were just kind of like, or this whole week's kind of been like we were stuck in this range, like basically up here. And then when price finally came out of the range, you start to get that smoother move. So there's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days, but thankfully with our analysis and our confidences, there can be more good days than bads. So solid work, guys. So here is Christian's profits. Christian locked in 570 right there. Nice work. I'll take a screenshot of my accounts too in a few. All right, let me just screenshot the trade here. So not too bad so far. If you guys are just getting in, basically 3 back-to-back wins so far for the day. I only took one of them though. Took that last most recent one. But overall, 3 back-to-back wins for the trades that we analyzed for PSV2. All right, let's put the stats over here again real quick. We're not done yet, guys. We're gonna keep looking for entries here. So anyways, this is the entry I took. Here are my profits from that trade. So entry we took right there, full TP, no drawdown. And then here are my profits off that. So I locked in about 1,500, 1,300, 560. And then my other accounts over here, 1,400, 1,300, 1,000 down below. So it was solid, solid, solid entry right there. We're gonna look for another one, guys. I want to catch another one. Obviously, if we can catch another one, we'll see if there's an opportunity for another entry here. But obviously, not going to force anything. I'm okay with what we got for today. Hopefully, I can lock in one more though, so I can break even for the week. If not, make some profit on top. So. Let's see. Samir said for the first time in so many days, I got that TP on all my accounts. I don't think it was being lucky. I think it was keen on your trade talk, chat, commendation. Yeah, no, exactly, Samir. If you just, you don't have to trade the same strategy I'm doing. If you just listen to my analysis and if it lines up with your own strategy or whatever you're taking, odds are it'll probably hit. It's just a matter of time until it does. You just have to be patient. So, yeah, solid work on hitting that trade with us right there. Here's all of Steven's profits. So Steven as well. See, Steven locked in 449 on that account. Nice work, Steven. And on his other account, locked in 25. Solid work, Steven. Great work on those accounts and profits so far. All right, we'll keep looking for another entry here, guys. We're not done yet. It is 7:27. We still have about 30 minutes till 8 o'clock, so I'll be looking for another opportunity here. Steven, I'll put your profits over here. Check my messages. Nothing here right now, guys. So looking at the current market structure, there's not really much here to take away. We're looking for a retracement. So we're looking for a sell signal to come up, and then after that, we'll look for another continuation to the upside. So the market here kind of slowed down a little bit. We have, I believe, gas stock change that happened right here at 7:30. That's where I have the line drawn. It's low impact news, so I'm not really too concerned about it. Let me go and check real quick. Yeah, so Trump's obviously not speaking right now. Um, yeah, so we had gas stock change right there at 7:30, low impact. It was positive, didn't really affect the market too much. Just wanted to mark that up there so that you guys were aware. We got price hitting liquidity right there. The price is pushing up to liquidity. It's basically back in the range from earlier today. So the same range that I drew earlier this morning, price kind of sat here for a bit, broke below, faked out, came back up, came back down really hard, and then shot all the way back up. So if I wanted to draw another range down here, I could do that. It's not going to make a huge difference, but still, there we go. See, Sam said he's looking for a 41,435 break and retest, 41,435. Looks like we're there. Yeah, so Sam's looking for a break and retest of this area. It's retesting right now, Sam. Kind of would have to close green, right, to confirm your confidence there. We have a five minute liquidity level right here too. So there goes your break and it wasn't a strong break and retest, but it was a break and retest nonetheless. Um, so if it does pull back at all, I mean, there's a level right here for it to retest if it does, or if it stays above here. There goes your break and retest right there. Solid. You get in on the close, Steve, Sam, or do you get in like for the just on the actual retest? I'm curious like how your entry set up on there. Because this right here, I'm not sure if it was gonna actually close um above it. I mean, either way, your entry still would have been around the same point because this would have closed right there. So either way, your entry would be on the actual liquidity line or it'd be at the close of this candle, which should be like maybe a 1 point difference, pretty much. All right, it's a big push right there. We got price pushing up higher. So price never came back to retrace. I was looking for that retracement so I can get in for another entry. I was looking also for a for an A plus plus setup, which never came up either. So if you look over here, there was no reversal patterns. Price kind of just came up and then just continued climbing. It just shot up from down here all the way up. All right, so these levels are pretty much done with. New level right there. So this is why the liquidity levels are so they're so useful. And that's why I draw them up. So for example, right here, we have those two levels of liquidity right there. And I drew this up because you can see how price kind of breaks through it. If you guys remember my liquidity push strategy, this would be a huge entry right there for liquidity push. If you guys are familiar with my older strategies. Yeah, Sam said, yeah, exactly. I have a pending order at break, but a good green candle. Okay, I see. Which makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So you're basically looking for a double retest for the most part. Because you have your pending order sitting there. If it closes out as a good green candle, you just get in really quickly for that retest. Which makes sense. I would have done the same thing. It's kind of similar to like my level strategy. If you're familiar with that one, that's one that Rashida applies a lot. Trying to see if the level strategy was coming up today. Came up a couple times, but not really. Yeah, I don't really have a strong impact on it. Because for the level strategy, you're looking for price to break above, come back and retest, push up higher. There hasn't been too many retests here. I mean, there's a levels entry running right now, actually, or it could be running. All right, so it looks like we're back into this range, guys. So price kind of screwed around outside the range from earlier this morning. So like I said earlier, price was sitting around this area in the middle. It came below down here and it started to kind of like do its own thing, and then it came right back up. So you guys can see everything that happens outside of this range is all noise in a sense, right? If you look over here, this is the actual meat of the market down the middle. And then everything outside is just noise, basically. See noise up here, noise down here, noise down here, noise up here. Price comes back to this middle point. Yeah, Sam said there's a liquidity sweep running for a sell, 41,473. Nice. Yeah. It's actually a good setup right there too. Like we had price to grab liquidity, and then we had the engulfing candle right here. That's where the sweep would have. Well, that's where I would have identified the sweep. Right. Pretty solid. So that engulfing right there was a confirmation. Then this, it was also a break and retest. So there's a lot of different confluences right here, like the sweep, engulfing for the reversal, and then the break and retest on this candle right here. So like entries could have happened right here or right here for a sell. Yeah, Sam said did not take as I'm bullish. Yeah, same here, Sam. I'm bullish too, especially with the tariff news coming out with Trump in a bit. Wouldn't necessarily want to take any sells here. All right, there's an MPSV2 that's setting up right here, guys. It is setting up for a sell. The problem is that it's going to be right at the red flags. We got opening price and sessions right there. Let's see, Ben's asking at 721 is considered a possible setup. Let me check real quick, Ben. 721. Yeah, so that's the entry that we took earlier, Ben. Yeah, that's a perfect setup right there for MPSV2. We had the buy signal right here, retracement, confirmation on this candle, and that's where I made my entry. So yeah, the 721 is it's pretty much what we consider like perfect entry on that one. Or actually not 721, it was at 720. Yeah, because the confirmation is right here, Ben. It was this green candle. That was right after. So we had the buy signal, retracement. This was the confirmation, and that right there was the entry where I took the buy. So basically the 619 close, 620 open. So you're just like 1 minute off from it. Yeah, Shabam said glad it's resetting. We should get another buy entry once he speaks. Yeah. So the MPSB or the direction here is pretty much reset. If you guys are looking to take the a sell, I mean you can look for a possible sell here. I think it'd be a little tricky to take a sell though. And it's crazy that like these trolls are still like going off in the chat. They've been going off like all morning. In the Trump live stream chat, not in our chat. Yeah, Sam said no FOMO, no money. LOL. Nice. CERN said recouped yesterday. Definitely. All right, we have a sell signal right here. We have a possible MPSB2 that's going to be setting up right here, guys. Again, I'd be kind of careful taking the sells here. Obvious reasons. All right, so we got a sell signal here. We're looking for price to push down, retrace, and then possible continue to the downside. So down, up, down. All right, so here goes the MPSV2 starting to set up. Again, I don't recommend you guys take this. If you guys want to take it at your own risk. So we have a sell signal right here. We have a buy retracement candle. And if this candle closes red, this is going to be the MPSV2 for a sell. Yeah, sounds good, Steven. If you can do that, that'll probably be better. So I can help you understand things or help me understand what you understand so I can help you improve on that. Nick said with Trump speaking, it might stay a bit more active in ATR coming up to the end of the session. Yeah, I agree. Usually the market starts to die down around, and it is kind of dying down right here. This is an MPSV2, guys, so it's currently running right now in profit. So this is the MPSV2 running for a sell. Again, I think this is a tricky entry because it's right at the sessions. There's two red flags here. There's opening price where it closed at, and there's the sessions right here below, which is the New York high. If you guys are looking to take this, I have it marked up. I'm not in this position, but it's up to your guys' preference if you do decide to take this trade or not. Other than that, the volatility here might pick up or it might stay flat. I mean, who knows? Right now, market tends to die down a little bit, right? So the ATR is currently at 26. If you follow the ATR and it goes down below closer to 20, then that's how you know the market's flat. If the ATR stays above and it stays at 26, if not higher, that's how you know the volatility is staying up because a lot of people are sitting in the market waiting for Trump to speak. Trump hasn't spoken yet. So, we'll see. Again, I'm not in this position right here. You can see the volatility is starting to slow down a little bit. ATR is down to 25. So again, keep an eye out on this number right here. This number is going to identify whether we're going to stay in a consolidating ranging market or if we're going to be moving more directional. So I'm not in this position. I'm skipping it, just like Sam here. It doesn't meet our criteria, and it is at red flags. So we're just following here to see where it goes. So still in profit, but it is there you go, full TP. If you guys took that MPSV2, nice work, full TP on that. So pretty much every entry we identified for today hit. We had about 4 MPSV2s that came up. We had this one over here that happened earlier in the session. That was a full TP for a sell. This one happened for a buy, full TP. So today's been a pretty good day with regard to our entries applying the MPSV2. There's actually a lot more MPSV2s that came up today in comparison to the previous days. There's 4 of them that came up today, and they all hit full TP. So if you guys caught that, nice work. If you guys didn't, again, it's completely fine. The ATR is staying at 26. So like I said, if it stays at 26 or goes higher, this is because people are sitting in the market and waiting for Trump to speak. So we'll see. I mean, if there's a buy entry that comes up here, maybe I'll look to take that. But only if the volatility stays a bit higher. You don't want it to get too flat. Yeah, sounds to look at the green candle, just hit CP and reversed. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would have been worried about because of the sessions right there, right? Price literally came down, hit the CP, and it came all the way back up. Yeah, and Stern mentioned it's at a key level. I agree. This opening price is a key level, in my opinion, because this is where London opened too. So this is acting as like a midpoint, right? This is kind of where price pushes away and it pulls right back to the opening price. So if you guys are looking at entries here, these back to open type setups are actually really good setups. So for example, if we have price drop from this point down here and then we get an MPSV2 back up, I think that'd be a good entry to take because the opening price acts as a magnet. So something to keep in mind. Well, nothing here. All right, so we got price coming down a bit. The ATR is currently at 25, so it's not really dropping too much, but it's not really moving too much either. It's kind of staying around that 25 mark. We'll see if we find anything here. If we don't find anything, there's like no need to force any trades, guys. We still have one more day of trading left tomorrow, so I mean, obviously, I would like to take another trade, but if we don't have another one here come up, I'm not going to be looking to force anything. I'm going to take my win and come back tomorrow fresh, I guess. All right, the ATR is slowly coming down a little bit. It's at 24 ATR. Not bad, but it's obviously slowing down a little bit. Um, so I know some of you guys have been asking about mentoring sessions. I have one mentoring session today with Jarrell. If anybody wants to sit in on that, I'm going to be helping him set up his copier. We'll probably go over some trading stuff, but for the most part, we're going to be setting up his copier. So if you guys want to learn or understand how to set up a copier or you need help doing that, I mean, you guys are welcome to join in and sit in on that session. I'm not going to be answering any questions, but if you want to learn how, what we're doing, then feel free to hop on. We don't got too much going on here. ATR is dropping down to 24. It's kind of just staying there. I think the market might just stay kind of stale for a little bit until we get closer to as we get closer to Trump speaking. I don't know exactly when Trump's going to speak. I mean, that might get delayed again. So, I mean, who knows? We'll see. Right, so we don't got any buy signals here. It's 7:50 right now, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Looking at the ATR right now, it's currently at 24.8. It is sitting around 24 and 26. It's doing pretty much what we anticipated. Usually the volatility starts to die down here, but it seems like a lot of people are kind of just playing in the market until Trump comes on. Um, I'm expecting a bullish push when he comes on, so there may be opportunity here for a buy. Again, we have a buy signal that's currently pending, so I'm going to hang out for a little bit. If nothing comes up in the next like 4 or 5 minutes, I'm probably just going to call it off because it looks like we're going to go into some consolidation here. So volatility may stay pretty decent, but we might just get a consolidation or range until Trump speaks. And then when Trump speaks, you can expect some crazy volatility to come up to push price, up or down. There just isn't too much here to there's not really too much here to work with. Yeah, she bumps to the fact he is late. I have a feeling he is sorting last minute deals. Yeah, exactly. He's starting last minute deals, or he's trying to figure out what he's gonna say. They have an agenda to push, obviously. So like whatever might be the case there, if they're kind of just game planning still what's going to be announced, what they're going to be saying, what's to come, stuff like that. We'll see. So that buy signal didn't close, unfortunately. Yeah, no buy signal yet. Still got that pending buy signal right there. Speech is live. Thanks, Justin. All right, let's go. All right, Trump is speaking.
Available in the UK. Furthermore, in a historic step, the deal includes plans that will bring the United Kingdom into the economic security alignment with the United States. That's the first of its kind. So we have a economic.
Yeah, he was literally just putting his notes together. He's just reading off the thing. He's not even talking like he normally does. He's just reading literally the agenda they gave him. So, dang, this thing's spiking right now. Look at the price. This is what I was saying. You gotta be careful because like this here, I think this is temporary. I don't think Trump said anything bad here. I think it's because Trump is like kind of reading off the thing. So that's why the market's like, oh no, let's manipulate the market first, and then eventually it's gonna come right back up. So this is exactly why I wanted to be careful when he started speaking. So it came down to that support level, and I think it's gonna correct back up eventually. All right, let's see. Let's see what Trump is doing. Price is still coming down from there. Yeah, exactly. Solange said no speculative entries. There's no need for a speculative entry, guys. Thanks, Solange, for smacking some sense into Steven. There's no need to force any entries or take anything dumb, right? It's gotta you gotta you gotta take what the market's giving you. Right now it's not giving anything, so it's not the time to take anything random. All right, so here it goes. Price starts to spike back up. Again, this is another reason, like, and another reminder of like why we kind of sit out of the market sometimes when stuff like this is happening. All right, so we got price pushing back up right here. It's about to be 8 o'clock, guys. I don't think there's any need to force any trades here. If you guys need to keep trading, I mean, feel free to keep trading. Keep in mind that Trump is still speaking, I believe. He's gonna be done pretty soon. He's just gonna be answering some small questions, but he's gonna be done pretty soon. Yeah, it says President Trump makes major announcement. Yeah, they always try to blow it out of proportion, but you can see here the manipulation happened. Price came down and then now it's coming back up. So yeah, exactly. Sam said another sweep, LOL, pure stop loss hunt. Literally came down, hunt stop loss, came right back up. But all right, guys, I think that's about it. Looks like everyone here is pretty much done for the day. Yeah, Shivam said, gotta say it wasn't that big. I agree. It wasn't, right? How much was the move here? Yeah, it was about kind of like where I expected, around 100 points. So nothing too crazy. The initial candle wasn't even that big. It was actually pretty small. And then it did a total of like maybe 150 points total. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we had a pretty good day today. All wins for all the entries that showed up. We had 4 MPS V2s come up, 1 official entry that hit full TP with no drawdown. And I think it was a pretty great day for everyone. So, all right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. If you guys are gonna trade on Friday, I will be trading tomorrow. If you guys want to sit in on the mentoring session later today, it's going to be at 2 o'clock with Jarrell. We're going to be setting up his copier. If you guys don't want to sit in on that, it's completely fine. There'll be a replay available if you guys want to understand how to set up the copier. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you guys here tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, hit me up on Discord.